All right, Ron, this has been quite a day.
Yeah,
Talk to us about the roller coaster, including the fact that at one point, a rumor that wasn't true, an erroneous tweet that maybe there was going to be a pause in the tariffs caused huge market swing, and there was absolutely nothing behind it. Wall Street's moving that dramatically, that quickly over an unsourced tweet.
Right. Well, it was unequivocally good news, but it was totally phony. In fact, it was attributed to a Bloomberg reporter who doesn't even exist, who tweeted out that there could be a 90-day pause in the tariffs. So the Dow went from minus 1,700 points to plus 500 or 600. So you had that huge swing. Then we were up and down for the rest of the day. And all of this was based, at least initially, on that one completely made up bit of information.
But what does that tell you about investors and the markets right now who are so desperate for good news? Because they know under the hood, beneath these tariffs, is a really strong economy. So any hint that Trump is putting them on pause, they're ready to be all in right back into the markets. All of the pain being caused is just these tariffs.
I mean, I think you saw at the end of last week a very rational response in the markets to what was a completely and remains a completely irrational policy, right? And so, as you say, investors are so eager to get past this, to get beyond what they always assumed was going to be some grandstanding, right? No one expected tariffs of this scale. And so right now, though, Trump is holding firm. I mean, he said that sometimes you have to take tough medicine, right? So he sounds more like a mad scientist than a doctor. It's not the kind of language that would assure investors. And so you see then these dramatic swifts that Ron described over the course of the day.
Okay, Bharat, people could take medicine if they knew what they were sick with. And one of the big issues is that we're getting completely mixed messages out of this White House, right? You've got the Scott Bessent side of the House, the Treasury Secretary, that basically Wall Street is hoping and praying Scott remains in the room, who's saying tariffs are used for negotiating. He didn't like anything above 10%-ish. And then you got Peter Navarro, who's like, tariffs, let's make them as high as the sky, and we want them here permanently. And Howard Lutnick, it depends on what day it is, what network it is, and, you know, what time the sun rose that morning, what he's going to say. How do investors, how do businesses, how does anyone look at this with the White House? And you were just part of one in the last administration, are sending completely different messages about a move going forward that could potentially shift economic certainty around the globe.
Well, I think with every White House, and particularly this White House, you've got to start with the principle, with the President of the United States. And this is a man who for decades now has been a fan of tariffs. And to me, the most telling thing from the last couple of days is Donald Trump's statement that his goal is to eliminate every trade deficit with every country in the United States. That's his goal from this process. And I just want to emphasize how ridiculous that is. That, for example, we have a trade deficit with the country of Madagascar, small island, that produces a lot of the world's vanilla. We import vanilla from Madagascar, and because they're not particularly wealthy, they don't buy a lot of exports from the United States. So we have a trade imbalance. Are they taking advantage of us? No. And so all that tariffs do is make it harder for Americans to buy vanilla that they want and need, because there's no way for Madagascar to eliminate their trade deficit with the United States. That's the case across the globe with dozens and dozens of countries. And that if that is, in fact, the goal of the president, we're in for a long and unfortunate and unpleasant ride for American consumers.
But here's what's ridiculous about that, Susan. We actually saw Benjamin Netanyahu adopt President Trump's language and say, we're going to get rid of those trade deficits. So everyone else in the room knows that what Donald Trump is saying makes no sense, but they're actually starting to use his language to pacify him like we would our young children.
Well, first of all, to the point about vanilla, bakers all across America are hoping that somebody gets through to President Trump, whether they have to shamelessly suck up to him or not. And that's the thing. This is the kind of thing that is intelligible, I think, to Americans, whatever their political perspective. We're literally talking about the price of goods in the supermarket. We're talking about the price of cars. These are things that impact people's lives, I think, in a pretty direct way and potentially very quickly, first of all. And the other thing is, it's not a rational conversation Steph, about trade policy. It's a conversation about Trumpology. And that gets to the point about Netanyahu. And he and other world leaders have adopted for years now the position that Donald Trump, responds well to shameless flattery. The more over the top, the better, as far as Trump is concerned. It's the reason why Vladimir Putin sent him a painting. It's the reason why Netanyahu wants to always talk with Trump in person. And I think that the question now is whether Trump prioritizes tariffs, that he's called the most beautiful word in the English dictionary, over the sense of himself in the middle of endless negotiations that also aggrandize him and puff up his ego.
All right, Bharat, is there any credence to the argument that this administration is engineering a short-term recession or short-term pain because it will put them in a position where they can refinance $20 trillion in debt over the next 2 years obviously at a better rate, that the good is going to outweigh the bad that we're feeling in the short term? Any credence whatsoever?
No, I don't think so, either substantively or politically. I mean, first of all, if you look at the 10-year Treasury rate, which is the relevant factor in looking at refinancing, that rate moved up over the last few days. Even as we've had all of this downturn in the stock market, if you thought you were going to drive that number down so we could refinance at lower rates, we're not getting that. And look, as part of an administration where we had much higher prices and we tried to make the case to the American people that wages were rising as quickly, or in many cases quicker, than prices, and so they should be okay with that, that argument failed. And so if the Trump administration goes to the American public and says, you're paying higher prices for almost everything in your life, but there's a 20 basis point drop in the 10-year yield, and you should be happy about that, good luck.
Bharat, that is an absolutely fantastic way to explain that. Ron, I know you're also writing about China today. What would a 104% tariff look like?
Well, it's actually even larger than that because there's some other pre-existing tariffs. So I've heard numbers as high as 124% when everything is added up.
How would that impact us here?
Well, everything from China would just get more expensive, right? And not to mention the fact that China has already said it will retaliate by imposing additional tariffs on the United States. Listen, right now we've got battleships, engaging in maneuvers around Taiwan more aggressively tonight than we've seen in quite some time. So this can have a lot of repercussions. If you look at history, trade wars can sometimes lead to actual wars. So not only do we look at China as an economic adversary, but we have to take into account that they may be a military adversary as well. But on the face of it, to answer your question, everything that we import from China would be almost double the cost that it is right now. And people would notice that.
What is your take on this? Because, Trump likes to say we're winning, forgetting that a war is a war. Would you want to be Russia or Ukraine? The answer is neither.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be bad for Donald Trump if an actual war, if what Ron describes, were to actually transpire. But even taking a step back to where we are right now, I mean, Goldman Sachs just in the past few days has raised its estimate for how likely a recession may be. We're 2 days away from April 9th when these reciprocal tariffs will take effect. You have even Trump supporters now, the likes of Bill Ackman, who is very vocal in support of Donald Trump during the campaign, coming out and warning of an economic nuclear winter. I mean, that's not light talk, right?
And well, don't forget that he also broke down and cried on CNBC during the pandemic about impending doom for everyone on the planet, then went out and bought stocks. So just as a reminder.
There's a whole show to be had about the psychological makeup of some of these actors, right? That's not for today. But I do think that the warning about a real severe downturn is real. And it's not just from Bill Ackman.
Absolutely.
It's from many people across the spectrum. And so, the question of what happens in what timescale might Trump drop this game? We have no idea. No one really has any idea.
Well, Susan, you've covered him for a long time. You wrote a book about how that man ticks. What has the last few days taught you? Because if this were even the first administration, right? In the first administration, Donald Trump loved being surrounded by Wall Street ballers, right? He loved going to Steve Schwartzman's birthday party down at Palm Beach. He was surrounded by Howard Lorber and the likes of these guys. Now, that doesn't seem to be the case anymore. Who is this Donald Trump, and why isn't he listening to Wall Street luminaries? In fact, why is he kind of flipping them off?
I think that's the ultimate power trip, isn't it? To no longer be seeking, like, their affirmation is not enough for him anymore. I was really struck, Steph, to your point, when he announced the tariffs at his Rose Garden ceremony the other day. He said, it is such an honor to finally be able to do this. And I think he does see this as the culmination of something he's wanted. This second term, in many ways, is about the unfinished business for Donald Trump of his first term. He was constrained in many ways, in part by his need for approval of the business executives who had spurned him in his previous life, of the need for approval in Washington. He is done with all of that. And, I think if you look at how Steve Bannon tried and failed to get him to pull out of NAFTA abruptly as the culminating thing of his first 100 days in his first term in office, to me, that's a great example. Versus here, 75 days into his second term, let's melt down the global economy because I'm doing what I finally get to do. I think you get a sense of Donald Trump not only unconstrained, but to me, Steph, you could tick down the list of things that Trump is doing right now. They're not new ideas. What's new is that Trump is finally saying, screw it, I'm not going to listen to anybody who's trying to stop me from doing these things anymore. And so it's not a new list. What's new is that he is acting on it with abandon.